everyone. Welcome to another episode of Yes Academy podcast. And today we have with us again Jonathan from Ghana.
Yes, my brother. All right.
How's things with you?
Great.
But how do you find Malaysia? I forgot to ask you in the previous episode.
Malaysia is truly Asia. I mean, you find everything from Chinese, India, all the races.
What is your favorite food in Malaysia?
Ooh, I love Chinese though.
Or Chinese food?
I love Chinese food.
Have you tasted Malay and Indian food?
I've tasted Malay, similar to Ghana,
Uh-huh.
but not India. Sorry.
Not Indian food.
No.
Try the banana leaf.
Banana leaf.
Yes, what banana leaf is actually they put the rice, the curry, and the dishes on a banana leaf.
Ooh.
That's why they are called banana leaf.
Okay.
And the best thing is that you can actually refill the vegetable and the rice as much as you want.
Whoa.
Yeah, one of these days you should go and try.
I should. Maybe my brother Leo will take me.
Yes, why don't you ask him to take you?
Wow.
Okay, let's come back to our discussion. In the previous episode, we talked about the consumer buying behavior in terms of the factors that affects buying behaviors. And also, we have specifically talked about the different generations. And we spoke about the Gen Baby Boomer. And today, let's talk about Gen X. I believe that a lot of people would like to know about Gen X because I believe that Gen X is also a very big market by itself.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's get started. Let's talk about the characteristics of Gen X and also in terms of how they actually buy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Gen X will be quite opposite of the baby boomers. Between 1964 to 1980, there was this economic recession. Mind you that the baby boomers had stability, but there was this economic recession, corporate layoffs, and so it affected their mode of buying. The Gen X became skeptical of hypes. I mean, so they are very slow to make a decision. Let me give you an example. A Gen X hears about a product, or you talk to a Gen X about a product, they will not make an instant decision. They'd rather go home, do their own research, and be sure that this really works before they make their decision.
You are very true in terms of that because, like for me, I'm Gen X. So what happened was that when I want to buy anything, and especially if it's a big item, I will think many times before I buy. I will do my research whether it is online or physical or going to the shop and ask around, and probably still I wouldn't buy.
Yeah, you see, but the good news about Gen X, because of this economic instability and corporate layoffs, it actually birthed the American dream, where they rely most of themselves or more of themselves than the corporate world, and they became one of the most powerful generations ever. Okay, and because of that, their choices, their languages of buying things is far different from the baby boomers.
Yeah, I can see basically the difference between the baby boomers and also the Gen X, right? In terms of like for example, my dad last time, he's very rational. He's very rational, right? If he feels that he wants to buy, he will just buy. But
Unlike the baby boomers who will go with a reference from a peer, that the Gen X will rely on themselves to make the necessary search.
True.
Make the necessary search before it informs their decision.
Very true. And not only that, right? The referrals they can share some information, but at the end of the day,
they'll take the decision.
Yeah, you will see. They will take it upon them to. Okay, I heard you, but I'll still do my research.
Exactly. mostly with the Gen X.
Then, in terms of the companies, right? How do they need to focus their strategies in terms of how they need to target the Gen X?
I think with the Gen X, you have to be a little bit patient. You have to deliver what you say you deliver, but your marketing has to be different because they don't believe in uh, impulse purchase. They believe in logic. Okay, give them all the necessary information that is needed. Let them do the research themselves. So it means that as a company, make sure that you provide all the necessary research these Gen X need on the platforms they will be searching on. Make sure you provide them. And once they can get the knowledge about how your product works, and if it works for them, if it is a good buy, because the Gen X are also very critical when it comes to product value and cost. So once they understand that it saves them time, it saves them money, and they can trust the brand, then they will go in for the purchase.
So what we mean is that company will need to build the relationship first.
They'll need to build a relationship, and by so doing, they'll also need to put the necessary information out there. Understand that the Gen X, they are critics by default. They are critics by default. So make sure you put the necessary information out there so there wouldn't be a knowledge gap. Once you can give them that, or you can breach that information, it makes it easier for them to make a decision.
Now, talking about Gen X, right? Will physical or online work better for them?
They will do their research online.
Online.
They will do their research online. They're kind of old people, so they will stick to Google. to Google to make their research.
Google search,
yeah,
right?
Google search to make their research.
Yeah, talking about that also, like for me, since I'm a Gen X, I do my research. I do a lot of research online just to find out the information. But of course, I do physical research also because both kind of research. Because because I believe Gen X
they are
adaptable.
transition from the old way of doing things to the techno world. Yeah, so they have both traits.
Good. So we'll go for a short break, and once we are back from the break, we will going to continue talking about Gen X. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. And again, we have Jonathan with us. Yeah. So since he's flying in all the way from Ghana, we are going to tap into his experience again. Now, Jonathan, we have been talking about Gen X, right? And let's continue about the conversation on Gen X. Now, in terms of the pricing, right? How would you price for the Gen X as compared to the boomers?
Yeah, so with the Gen X, just understand that they experienced economic instability. There was a great recession between 1964, 1970 to 1970.
80s. I remember during the 70s. During the 70s, there was this oil shock.
Yeah. Great recession. So I mean, they are very, very skeptical with pricing. If you overprice your products, I mean, because they don't buy meaning, they don't buy identity, they buy out of logic. Your product must do what you claim it does, but it must be affordable. So what they look at is, does it save me time? Does it save me money? These are the traits of Gen X. And so when you're setting your product, you must understand these traits. You don't overprice your product.
What do you mean by overpricing the product? Is it because when you put up such a pricing and then they measure against the value that you're providing? No, this product doesn't provide that kind of value.
We are not getting into the millennials now, so I wouldn't want to do the comparison.
Okay.
But most often, there is this psychological play that when a price a product is much costly than it is more efficient. Okay, but it doesn't work with a with a Gen X. It doesn't work with them. They are not looking at identity. They are not looking at this is very costly, so it makes me feel good when I buy. You're going to look at, does it save me time? Does it save me money? And so, whereas other generations will be looking at identity, maybe I put on a specific brand
Right,
that everyone loves. Oh, you have this identity. So look,
Yeah, because
it doesn't work for me. I mean, does this save me money? If it doesn't save me money,
very true. Because like for me, when I buy anything, I'm not looking at brands. I'm looking at values, right? Whether okay, and when I pay this kind of price, will I get this kind of value? So if
value.
like for example, you're talking about saving me time, saving me money,
Yeah.
right? And it can do what it claims to do.
That's it.
I'm sold.
That's it for the Gen X.
Yeah, I'm so. So that is why I believe in that case, our mindset is quite simple in that way, right? Just tell us what you can do,
Yeah.
and if we are agreeable, we will just buy.
Make sure that the value is something that is affordable.
Right. Now, coming back to your business, Jonathan, how many percent of baby boomers and Gen X that you have in terms of the percentage, right, the breakdown, based on your own business?
I'd like to ask my brother later about the data, but the truth is we have more Gen X in our business. Yeah.
So that means you are targeting those Gen X and
The beauty is we started a business where we believe that we can sell affordable products, but not compromising with quality. And so far, this has attracted that generation.
Oh, nice. Now, because for me personally, I felt this generation, Gen X, they have the purchasing power because they have been in working for some time. In terms of stability, they are there. In terms of stability, they are there, and in terms of the whatever they want, they can actually get it. They're quite stable in terms of their jobs and all that. So basically, is that whether I want to buy or I don't want to buy.
They have the power now.
Yes,
they are now in the economic seat power. So I mean, just makes sense to them.
Yep. So remember, right? For when you want to target Gen X in terms of the in conclusion, right? I would say that, right? Please make sure that they understand the value. They also know that whatever that they are paying is commensurate to the quality, right? With the quality and also the promises that you as the company has made for them. Then they will buy. And remember, brand is not that important for Gen X.
Gen X, yeah.
Don't focus too much on branding when it comes to your messaging. But if you are targeting Gen X,
that's right.
Right. So wonderful conversation with you, Jonathan. So please remember to put down in your comment section, and also anything that you would like to add on for Gen X, please put it down in the comments. Please remember to share and like, and we will see you in the next episode.